All right. I want to talk about my secret source of deal flow that has just, I mean, it's been amazing. It's really exploded this year and towards the end of last year. Before we get into that, a couple of things. Number one, I think I said that the training for the merger consulting was this week. It's actually next week. So that I am very excited about. I've already gotten some really great questions from the Patreoners. So if you're not on the Patreon, be sure to join. I think that's going to be a really cool call because everybody's kind of already up to speed. Be sure that you've checked out the previous training if you haven't already. Secondly, just did a recording today on Solo Fund where we talk about how the state of the market has changed and how that's impacted the no money down deals. So what's going on with no money down acquisitions, and then we also talk about kind of what's happening with the rise of micro private equity funds. So go to Solo Fund channel and check that out. Also, shout out to Luke. I had somebody else right at the end had put in comments on that video, but it didn't pop up until I was actually closing down that live. So let's start off saying what up to Jay. Comes in early, pops in immediately with the hello. I certainly appreciate it. Says good evening. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. So be sure to like, be sure to comment, put any questions, and I like to use those for future videos. We'll pop up Stephen. What's up, man? Really great to see you. Stephen attended our last Good Merger Summit. I was actually just talking to Noah. We've got another event coming up next month in May. So we're talking about that, the yacht trip. Talking about the yacht trip. That was a lot of fun last time. So it's great having you. Melissa pops in, says, hello, I'm here for the secret. So let's jump in. All right. Before we talk about like the source of deals, the really important thing. So two things shifted for me over the last couple of years when it comes to deal flow. Number one is what we're doing with that deal flow. The more deal flow that you're able to take advantage of, the more profitable it becomes to generate deal flow. So if you're only looking for businesses and you've got a certain type of business that you want to acquire and you're kind of fishing through all of the deal flow that comes in, picking out the things that fit your exact criteria and reaching out and trying to buy that business, that limits the value that your deal flow has. And so one of the things that helps get more deal flow is actually making the deal flow more valuable, because then it becomes worth the work to create that deal flow. So now, obviously, one of the tactics that we have is that we will buy certain businesses. So, but that is kind of the smallest part of the smallest use case, I guess you could say, for that deal flow. The second thing that we're doing is we're looking for joint ventures. So we've got a portfolio of deals. We're looking for other businesses that might be complementary that we can use, whether we partner with those businesses, do a joint venture, or we merge. That becomes another opportunity. And that may be a larger portion of that deal flow. So you've got a very small portion that's going to fit all the criteria of what you want to buy. You have a lot bigger portion for all the criteria that may be something that you're able to do JV with. The other portion is they have assets that we want to buy. So we may not want to buy the whole business, but maybe we want to license or buy their database. Maybe we want to license or buy their IP. And so as you're going through this, and so we've got about 24 different things that we're analyzing the deal flow for, that kind of segments all of the different deals that are coming in so that we're able to make use of the deal flow. Because what's the point of generating a lot of deal flow if you're not taking advantage of all of that? So with that said, let's talk about what the source is. So for years, I think everybody has used LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is one of those things that you kind of use it as a resume. You may use it as just kind of this placeholder for your brand, and you may reach out to people and you may network. Here's the thing that I think most people miss, and I did for many, many years. When it comes to LinkedIn, 80% of people that are in or I guess I should say, if you take 100% of the people that are in B2B businesses. So if somebody's in a business and they do B2B sales or they work with other businesses. So I think a lot of times we think about B2B and we may think about manufacturing and those kinds of business, but even somebody who's a recruiter, even somebody who's a marketing consultant, like all of those people are B2B. If you take a cross section of all of those people, 80% of their leads on average come from LinkedIn. And the truth is, I never saw myself as a B2B salesperson or anything like that. But when you break down what we do in micro private equity, basically we're B2B salespeople. Now, the whole process is very different for us because obviously we're not really selling anything, first of all. And then second of all, we do have a lot more specific criteria of what we're trying to do. We don't want somebody who's selling a electrical solution to a specific industry. They're going after that industry, and it's very easy to segment. For us, we may not have a specific industry that we're looking for, but our interest is specific, more along the lines of how long has this business been in business? How much is it profiting? How many employees does it have? Is the owner able to work remotely? We've got all these different things, and that is what has been cool is you can kind of work backwards and figure out a lot of the criteria of what we want as business buyers and leverage LinkedIn to a point where it is pretty overwhelming. So I wanted to jump on and say I've got a free training that I'm going to do. And I want to give y'all access to it free. If you're interested in setting up your LinkedIn so that you're getting deal flow for businesses to buy and you're having people reach out to you on a very consistent basis to the point that it's almost overwhelming, to either partner, do mergers, just all kinds of things that are very, very cool. And as y'all know, I started to get aggressive in this space because I'm buying specific types of businesses right now. And before, I think for me, I was more general. So I was buying all kinds of different deals. And as I've gotten more specific, this has led to me being able to get the deals that I'm interested in. But it's also, as we've built out this process, generated a lot of deals that I wasn't planning on that I'm able to refer to other folks and that kind of thing. And here is the really cool thing. I had a call on a deal today that is been in business, over a decade, and probably about $3 million business. And it's a deal that it's kind of funny. We're talking about it. We're probably going to list it in Good Merger, but it's one of those things where I'm listening. I'm like, man, I think I may want to buy this business. And so it's one of those things where sometimes you just get opportunities that you weren't even planning on that just become really great opportunities. And it's the easiest way to re-engage people that you were connected with and you're not talking to all the time. So in this case, for that deal, this was actually somebody that I knew, somebody that I've been connected to, but because of this strategy, it re-engages some of those people, keeps you top of mind. And this is a deal that, number one, maybe I could end up buying, maybe it ends up being with Good Merger or we sell it, but it would be an opportunity that if I weren't using this LinkedIn strategy, it would, I just wouldn't have had that opportunity. So I'm getting a bunch of deals for the target, but I'm getting other opportunities that I wouldn't even planned on reaching out to. So if that you're interested in, just an email over to Nori. I'll put her email in here, Nori at financierbank.com, banks with a C. and we'll get you access, and we'll jump on. We'll do that. We'll give you access to this LinkedIn free training on how you can set up your LinkedIn so that you start to get this massive amount of deal flow. The other part that you'll love is that for some of you, your baby boomers aren't, lurking on Instagram. They're not on Snapchat. They're definitely not on TikTok, but they are the kings and queens of Facebook and LinkedIn. So it's a big opportunity for folks that are targeting those deals for sure. All right. Be sure to like, be sure if you're not subscribed to subscribe, check out Solo Fund. I will see y'all soon. We got Lamar's, I do want to give a shout out, popped in and said, what's up? Keep crushing it. And that goes out to everybody. Keep crushing it out there. Have a great night.